my Goosebumpers. I know, it's a little late for a video today. Yeah, I was a little busy watching a free horror gameplay video of, Jacksepticeye. So, yeah, kind of a little busy today, you know. I'm very productive work, you know. Right. But, yeah, now we're here, and we're gonna be talking about Goosebumps, The Dark Ride. You may have no clue what I'm talking about, or you may have an idea, or a concept, or like, oh, so Goosebumps Coaster, I guess. Precisely. So, before I actually show you some images, let me just go into the lore of, well, not the lore, but the backstory of this and why this is a thing before I show you some of the images and what the ride was all about. So, there was this weird company, I can't remember the name, you can probably see it, but they're a corporation, and they bought the rights to do a Goosebumps Coaster. Well, they were given the rights, they were given, you know, whatever. They were given permission to build a coaster based off Goosebumps, legally, without copyright reasons or anything. And it was a dark ride, of course. They could build, like, rides and coasters, maybe games for all they care, like, mini games. Like, ooh, throw the ball out the lawn now or something. I don't know. $10. You get $10 if you got that reference, because that's a real Goosebumps game. That was... Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. But, yeah, the first thing they decided to build was a Goosebumps dark ride. So, what did they do? They built a dark ride. But the thing is, it was never open to the public, but it is pretty awesome. So, let's just show some images on the screen right now, and I'll describe what is going on in them. So here you can see something very interesting. So in the background there, we're not going to go over the main thing here, but you're probably noticing. You know, right there. But, as you can see in the background, it says Sally, which is actually Sally Corporation. And it's the new Goosebumps The Dark Ride. Of course, it says some awesome things about Goosebumps in general. Of course, the main thing here is the little mini stage for Slappy. Of course, the stage looks overall pretty cool. There's some horrors in the background. There's a gigantic, beautiful sign that says Goosebumps. And I just... Aussie fan, you should hunt that thing down. Someone get on that. Give that Aussie fan. Come on, Goosebumps Aussie fan deserves that. That is awesome. I'm same with the Slappy interaction. and basically everything in its image. Yeah. There's some horrors in the background, some awesome stuff. There's a few books down there. There's a case that says Slappy, and on top of the case it says Slappy. There's a few more cases, and then Slappy himself. And as I previously mentioned, this is an animatronic Slappy. This isn't just a doll that sits there. This thing moves around. Well, not like walks, but it moves, shakes, talks. It is the greeter. That's what it basically is described as. It is the greeter of the ride before you actually get on, which I don't think I mentioned. It actually is never opened. The ride never came through complete. Nobody ever got to actually ride the ride, sadly. There have been some photos of like the testing of the ride, and we'll get to those in a minute. So yes, there's actual ride photos, which really look pretty decent. But yeah, never opened to public. I think it was because Scholastic decided, yeah, no, we changed our mind for some fucking reason, even though this would have been a great idea. Yeah, this is overall a really cool piece of Goosebumps history. And actually, speaking of Slappy and the stuff, Slappy is actually still around today. He is not dead. The Slappy in this photo is still existing, and is actually at Sally Corporation. So that's really cool to know it actually is alive. And maybe one day they'll use it for an actual ride if there's, you know, Goosebumps gets that popular again, maybe the TV show. Maybe Disney will get on that and do something at Disney World, like maybe we'll stand or something. I doubt that. It's not that popular in Disney World usually. You never know though, guys. For all you know, it could be like, yeah, we gotta dream big, guys. Anyways, yeah, Slappy's still alive. Pretty cool. And overall, this image is awesome. But let's get to the next stuff. So here is one of the actual scenes from the ride. And the dark ride was actually nothing like crazy, like thrilling, where you go, oh, crazy on the roller coaster tracks. If you know what a dark ride is, it's just something cool, but it has a great scenery, but doesn't go out of its way to scare the absolute shit out of you, being extremely fast and chaotic. It's just cool scenery. Of course, it's really creepy. But yeah, this was the Curse of the Mummy's Tomb segment, or Return of the Mummy, or anything mummy related or pharaoh related, Goosebumps wise, which was actually a surprising amount. But yeah, this is basically the segment that would show off all that cool Goosebumps related stuff like that. And you can see a pharaoh here, which is really cool. In this segment, it's just a graveyard with some creepy trees, some ghosts and skeletons and bats. It's nothing real crazy, but I do love this. This actually looks really cool, and it's probably the darker area of this thing. Literally, not more figuratively, like, oh, that's creepy. No, it's literally just darker. It's hard to make out anything in this photo. But yeah, besides the giant tree and some of the tombstones and the gate in the back. Yeah, really interesting segment. It's not based off a particular book by the looks of it, but it might be based off Ghost Beach or Detective River Ghouls or something newer potentially, in like horror series. You never know though. Here's another photo which you can see the ghost more clearly. Pretty cool. Now back to this stuff. Here's a pic of the Slappy animatronic, in case you guys wanted a better look or a better photo. This is what it looks like. Very interesting. I love the attire that he's wearing. It looks actually really cool. Of course, he has the cone thing. It looks like some film director on crack. Of course, some Candyman. I don't know what to describe him as. He just looks pretty dapper. And the only reason this was all brought to my attention was by this guy, and the cover already just like, wait, is that Slappy? And that's why I clicked on this video. I was searching for Goosebumps videos, and this just popped up. I'm like, what the fuck? So it was pretty funny just to see this. And of course, I went through it, and yes, there was a bit of a better explanation about everything. And he did it all in a lot quicker time than me, but I was able to find some photos, which were pretty cool. And yes, these are the same photos. That is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Interesting case. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this quick little video. I know it isn't the longest, and I know my videos lately have actually been a little shorter. But of course that is because some of the videos just don't turn out to be like around the 10-minute mark. I mean, this is getting there probably by now. But yeah, just a bit of a shorter video, and I'm pretty sure you guys will prefer that, honestly. And yeah, there's some longer and more entertaining videos in Goosebumps, especially entertaining. I'm going to lean into the comments a bit more. And I might reveal that if my post that is on my community tab, which scroll down a bit, you should see it, I did a repost of it. If it gets 10 likes, I'll reveal something that comes in that month. It's not gonna be like the major thing, because there's one major thing that is long-awaited and cool. But besides Goosebumps related, Goosebumps Terrors related trailer potentially, which I hinted at. But yeah, But yeah, if you just go like that post, if it gets 10 likes, I will review something if there's a demand for it. But I'm not guaranteeing that y'all will like it, but still, there's one thing in mind. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one, which is tomorrow. We're gonna be doing a trailer breakdown, not for Disney Plus, which is like, wait, the show come out? No, it's for Slappy 789's, the Slappy 789's Goosebumps plus show, Jesus Christ, or Rise of Screenshot, I think it was, or either one. Either one of the shows, working on 2 shows at the moment. It was technically 4. But yeah, I'm doing a little trailer breakdown. I can't remember which one I have to go through and find which one I was talking about. But yeah, it's complicated. No video Thursday, probably video Saturday, and definitely video Friday. Friday's video's already been made. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, maybe it's a little longer than I should have, but of course, pretty sure you guys don't care if I ramble on a little bit. Probably clicked off already. And for those of you who haven't, I love you. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye!